Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. Welcome back, mine and yours favourite account, 7-Day Bond. So 7-Day Bond finished his previous go to Bond towards the end of the combat week, and he converted all his wrapping paper and finished off a 14-day Bond in the green. We made about 200 mil off the last Bond, and due to a couple of really good money makers, obviously we now have 120 thieving. We made a lot of money as well from super anti-fires, and the rest of my super anti-fires have now sold. However, in terms of what we're going to be doing on 7-Day Bond for the next 2 weeks, we are going to gear up ready for Slayer. Now, once you've seen my stats, you'll see that I'm only a couple of stats off being maxed. And once 7-Day Bond is maxed, I really want to go and do a couple of challenges to go and show you guys how I can make GP on a max account and do a lot of things with a max account, which I can't really do on the main account because I like the main account bank. The main account sort of laid out how I want it to be. So 7-Day Bond is going to basically be our max guinea pig. So to do this, we've got to get a couple of stats. One is 99 fire making, 99 wood cutting, and then the rest of the stats are all combat and Slayer. Now, over the next 2 weeks, we're going to be targeting some of the Slayer items I want to get to make my Slayer more efficient and basically just more relaxing to do. So this episode and the next episode are going to cover a whole 2 weeks of us going to chase these items and to go and basically make us as efficient and ready for Slayer as possible, because what I'm hoping to do is very shortly start streaming 7-Day Bond and a couple of Slayer tasks here and there for you guys to enjoy. So the first thing for us to go and do is to go and redeem this Bond. Once we've redeemed it, I'm going to go hop over to the Big 9-2, and I'll see you guys there for what the plan is going to be, because we're going to go and chase some of those early unlocks and talk you guys what I'm hopefully going to do over the next 2 weeks on this account. Okay, so game plan, what are we going to do? The timing of this actually works quite well really, because 2 weeks in terms of a time now, we're going to be the day before Treasure Hunt is removed. So we've got enough time before Treasure Hunt is removed and to get all the stuff we want to do. So I want to kit 7-Day Bond out with all of the combat styles for the combat armors. Because of the tier of attack I am, so 70 attack, 70 strength and 70 range, I'm probably just going to go God Wars 1 armors, really easy, but try and get the best perks or the most convenient perks possible with that. We are 103 invention, so we've got quite a bit to work with as well. So that's really, really nice. Other things I'm looking to do is go and get quests completed. So Desert Treasure is going to be a big storyline. I also think the Curses can be a pretty big deal as well, so we can go and look at doing that. And maybe also Elf City as well. Try and get as many quests or as many unlocks done as possible, because in terms of unlocks and quests, this account really is very basic. I think I've got something like 70 quest points. We have done Spoken Kills and also Lunas, which is very nice. But as you can see here, we have a lot of work to do, and hopefully this will sort of resonate into some really, really good content. Now with Slayer, for me, I have a sort of setup where there's some items I like to have ready. I'm just going to throw that into my bond pouch. Now the first of these is going to be an item I actually unlocked for thieving, but I'm really happy that I unlocked it anyway because it's going to be very useful. It's going to be Seedicide. Now, Seedicide I got from player-owned farms. I can have the ability to put it in my tool belt, but I need to go and get quite a lot of Slayer points to be able to do that. That is item number 1 towards our Slayer items. The other one, another item I've had for a little while now, is the Spring Cleaner. You can have all different forms of Spring Cleaner, but I have the 9001, which basically means it's maxed out for the amount of springs added to it. And what this can basically do is either break down items or alch items, but it's going to be a really good way, especially for those lower tier monsters, to be converting things into cash for me. And especially with things like the recent promos, you will probably have quite a lot of tight springs, which are untradable springs. These normal springs can be traded, these tight springs cannot. It's a good way to convert these into actual cash is to use them on lower level Slayer as well. So the Spring Cleaner is a very, very big item. Finally, the other one I have as well is the Charming Imp. The Charming Imp will go and fetch charms and put them in my inventory. And basically, it just means that collecting summoning charms is going to be very easy and not a lot of effort for that. Now, this is my combat tab. In terms of the items, really, it's only Necromancy we have. We do have things like the Solve Amulet. I have a Blood Fury. I have a Wen book as well. So we're not really starting from the absolute base limits. But we do have a couple of things which will aid us to do that as well. Now, in terms of the sort of combat stuff we talked about, I need to go and buy like the Armadillo sets and stuff like that, and that's something we'll get going with. We do have a very healthy cash stack actually at the minute as well, which is really nice. And even though like this 2-week Bond is mainly going to be aimed towards like gaining all these quests, all these items and stuff as well, I still need to break even on a Bond. So there will be a little bit of money making tying into probably the next episode. This is just going to be sort of an introduction as such, because as well, what I want you guys to do in the comment section below is put in any items you guys use for Slayer which are really useful, really beneficial, which I should go and hunt. So these are the 3 I've already got. I'm going to go and pay a little trip to Dungeoneering because Dungeoneering actually has some really good stuff for Slayer as well. So if I go and find my Ring of Kingship, we can go over and grab some. Now, the herb bag is something I'll be doing over the next 2 weeks. Again, I'm going to tie it into the episode. So maybe I actually do 3. This is episode 1. We'll do next week, which will be episode 2. And then the final week covering everything we want because there are a lot of things for us to hunt. So the herb bag is definitely one as well. So I'm going to go to the reward trader and buy some items. So the first one I'm going to pick up is the Bone Crusher. Now, this is really nice because this is going to automatically bury some bones. And it's one of those, especially when combined with another item I'm going to buy in a second, is incredibly handy. Now, herbicide you can have, which I think I'm going to buy it anyway because I think it's nice because there are some herbs, especially the lower tier ones, which aren't worth a lot, are worth burning just for a bit of XP. So we've bought that. I'm going to buy the gem bag. The gem bag is very good, and I'll also buy the gem bag upgrade a little bit later on, which will be good because it just means, again, we can just store the gems into our inventory. We don't need to worry about it. It's just nice and easy. Now, the gold accumulator, I think for this account at the minute is just a little bit pricey, so maybe that's not something we get just yet. The Ring of Vigor is also a very solid choice and something we can definitely look at as well. And in terms of like my money making and stuff, I don't have all these scrolls unlocked. So again, maybe there's something we look at purchasing in the future, but the Demon Horn necklace is going to be massive because what this can give us is infinite prayer. We do need 90 prayer to access it, but that could be something we can have a look at in the very near future because I do think prayer is something I want to train up quite quickly because having that necklace will be very important, but what we can do is buy the split dragon tooth necklace for now. 17,000 tokens is okay because I'm not really going to buy too much. But what this will basically do, this will give me prayer back for every bone buried. But because I've got the Bone Crusher will be automatically burying it. It just means you can get infinite prayer when doing some Slayer. And again, when we've got all the items, I'll talk through what my plan is, what my process is, why I'm doing certain things. But I just thought, why not make a bit of early progress, and we'll talk through the items now. Now, we're going to go quickly to a Slayer Master, so I'm just going to go into the one in Edgeville. And the reason why is because I just want to talk to the fact that we're going to need an awful lot of Slayer points, which is why we're going to use another item, which is in my bank. Now, what I want to do is to, upgrade my Slayer Helm. I want the ability to do the Slayer Helm, put it all together. There are certain tasks which are really good as well, but also all these things here. So adding all the stuff into my tool belt, the Bone Crusher, the Herbicide, the Seedicide is going to cost 500 points each, which is a lot of points, which I really should have done this during the Slayer week, but you know, you learn, so we aren't too bad there. So that is going to be the plan, is to just go and farm Slayer points. Now, Slayer points can be farmed in numerous ways. Again, just doing the tasks is a good way to do it, but with the double XP weekends, with the double XP stores, I have a full collection of Slayer masks. So when it gets to the point I can use them for certain levels, I can force my task just by using these Slayer masks. But again, that will be sort of involved in the series when we finally get there as well. But this is going to be the start of our items. The next sort of episode, we're going to be a couple of quests in. I'll talk through like my week's progress and what I've been doing. It'll be more like a adventure-y, loggy sort of thing where we talk through what we're doing while we're doing it. And then I'm hoping we'll get some items perked, some items sorted, and we can start doing it as well. But in the middle of it, we will be doing things like a little bit of GP making, because I don't want to go into negative. We did so well making so much money over the past couple of weeks. I kind of want to keep it going. So 620 mil is a decent cash stack, and we also have access to 7 bonds. So we are doing really, really well for the time being. I just want to keep that momentum and keep going. In terms of what I'm going to do for a money-making method, I do have some more of those Phoenix Feathers, which I'll continue to do that as well. The Phoenix Feathers really are a very good way to get some money, because generally the super antivirals are a very decent price anyway, and the feathers are such an easy AFK thing to do that I think I'll keep doing it at some point as well. Other money makers I generally do as well. Starbloom Cloth, Starbloom Thread, very, very good. But if we just check the price for Super Antifire, we can see if that's going to be worth doing. They're back to 20,000 coins. So yeah, I think I'll be doing some Super Antifires just to sort of break even and stuff. And then after that, we'll go and do it as well. But put down below, what are your best suggestions for quests for Slayer? What items do you think I need to get ready to gear up for it? Again, I don't want to be in that position where I'm waiting for all the items to be perfect to then go and do some Slayer. I'm level 60 Slayer, so I may as well go and get started. I am going to do a Fire Cape and a Kiln Cape, and then hopefully the Zuk Cape. The Zuk Cape, I just need to get a couple more magic levels, so I'm going to be training magic to start with. I want to get to the ability to get tier 95 weapons, and then once I've got those, I can use things like tier 95, Crit Bloom, and also hopefully animate dead, because I would have done the quest to have done it as well. So a lot to do on this account this week. Really looking forward to it. Really hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. We're going to make some big progress. And this is the series I've kind of put out there for a little while now, and I've sort of built up a bit, so I need to make sure that it's going to be as good as what I hope it's going to be. But thank you guys so much for watching. But next week's video will very much be like an adventure video. We're going to get some levels, we're going to make some GP, we're going to do some quests. And what I really need from you guys is just a little bit of help. What items do you use in your general slaying? What do you think is worth me going after? And hitting that like and subscribe button, because we're going to go for a very big January. We're going to see a lot of 7-day bond. I'm really looking forward for 7-day bond to get a bit of airtime again and show you guys what the plan is going forward. But let me know in the comments what your suggestions are going forward as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you've enjoyed. Really hope you're looking forward to 7-day bond and this Slayer videos. And I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.